Letter 62 of Letters from Egypt by Lady Lucie Duff-Gordon. Read for LibriVox.org into the public domain. To Sir Alexander Duff-Gordon, Nile Boat, Urania, May 1865. Happy as I was in the prospect of seeing you all, and miserable as poor Upper Egypt has become, I could not leave without a pang. Our Bairam was not gay. There was horse riding for Sheykh Gibriel, the cousin of Abu'l Haggag, and the scene was prettier than I ever saw. My old friend Yunis the Sharif insisted on showing me that at 85 he could still handle a horse and throw a gereed for Sheykh Gibriel and the lady, as he said. Then arrived the Mufettish of Zenia with his gay attendants and filled the little square in front of the Cadi's castellated house where we were sitting. The young Sheykh of Salamieh rode beautifully, and there was some excellent neboot play, sort of very severe quarterstaff peculiar to the Fellaheen. Next day was the great dinner given by Mohammed and Mustapha outside Mohammed's house opposite Sheykh Gibriel's tomb. 200 men ate at his gate. I went to see it, and was of course asked to eat. Can one like thee eat the melochia of the Fellaheen? So I joined a party of 5 round a little wooden tray, tucked up my sleeve and ate, dipping the bread into the melochia, which is like very sloppy spinach but much nicer. Then came the master and his servants to deal the pieces of meat out of a great basket, sodden meat, and like Benjamin my piece was the largest, so I tore off a bit and handed it to each of my companions, who said, God take thee safe and happy to thy place and thy children, and bring thee back to us in safety to eat the meat of the festival together once more. The moon rose clear and bright behind the one tall palm tree that overhangs the tomb of Sheykh Gibriel. He is a saint of homely tastes, and will not have a dome over him or a cover for his tomb, which is only surrounded by a wall breast high, enclosing a small square bit of ground, with the rough tomb on one side. At each corner was set up a flag, and a few dim lanterns hung overhead. The 200 men eating were quite noiseless, and as they rose, one by one washed their hands and went, the crowd melted away like a vision. But before all were gone came the Buluk, or sub-magistrate, a Turkish Jack in office with the manners of a Zouave turned parish beadle. He began to sneer at the melochia of the Fellaheen and swore he could not eat it if he sat before it 1,000 years. Hereupon Omar began to chaff him. Eat, O Bulak Pasha, and if it swells thy belly the lady will give thee of the physic of the English to clean thy stomach upwards and downwards of all thou hast eaten of the food of the Fellaheen. The Bulak is notorious for his exactions, his eating the people, so there was a great laugh. Poor Omar was very ill next day, and everyone thought the Buluk had given him the eye. Then came the Mufettish in state to pay his devoirs to the Sheykh in the tomb. He came and talked to Mustapha and Yussuf and enumerated the people taken for the works, 200 from Luxor, 400 from Karnak, 310 from Zenia, 320 from Baidia, and 380 from Salamieh, a good deal more than half the adult men to go for 60 days, leaving their fields uncultivated and their hareem and children hungry, for they have to take all the food for themselves. I rose, sick at heart from the Mufettish's harsh voice, and went down to listen to the Munshids chanting at the tomb, and the Zikhirs' strange sobbing, Allah, Allah. I leaned on the mud wall watching the slender figures swaying in the moonlight, when a tall, handsome fellah came up in his brown shirt, felt libda (skull cap), with his blue cotton malaya tied up and full of dried bread on his back. The type of the Egyptian. He stood close by me and prayed for his wife and children. Ask our God to pity them, O Sheykh, and to feed them while I am away. Thou knowest how my wife worked all night to bake all the wheat for me, and that there is none left for her and the children. He then turned to me and took my hand and went on, Thou knowest this lady, O Sheykh Gibriel. Take her happy and well to her place and bring her back to us. El Fatah, Ya Beshushish. And we said it together. I could have laid my head on Sheykh Gibriel's wall and howled. I thanked him as well as I could for caring about one like me while his own troubles were so heavy. I shall never forget that tall athletic figure and the gentle brown face, with the 11 days' moon of Zelhegga and the shadow of the palm tree. That was my farewell. The voice of the miserable is with thee, shall God not hear it? Next day Omar had a sharp attack of fever and was delirious, It lasted only 2 days, but left him very weak, and the anxiety and trouble was great, for my helping hands were as awkward as they were willing. In a few days arrived the boat Urania. She is very nice indeed. A small saloon, 2 good berths, bath and cabinet, and very large kasna (stern cabin). She is dirty, but will be extremely comfortable when cleaned and painted. On the 15th we sailed. Sheykh Yussuf went with me to Keneh, Mustapha and Said going by land, and one of Hajjee Sultan's disciples and several Luxor men were deck passengers. The Shereef gave me the bread and jars of butter for his grandsons in Gamel Azhar, and came to see me off. We sat on the deck outside as there was a crowd to say goodbye, and had a lot of hareem in the cabin. The old Shereef made me sit down on the carpet close to him, and then said we sit here like 2 lovers; at 85 even an Arab and a Shereef may be gaillard, so I cried, "O Shereef, what if Omar tells my master the secret thou hast let out, it is not well of thee." There was a great laugh which ended in the Shereef saying, "No doubt thy master is of the best of the people, let us say the Fathah for him," and he called on all the people El Fathah for the master of the lady. I hope it has benefited you to be prayed for at Luxor. I had written so far and past Minia when I fell ill with pleurisy. I've lots more to tell of my journey but am too weak after 2 weeks in bed, and unable to lie down from suffocation, but I am much better now. A man from the Azhar is reading the Koran for me outside, while another is gone with candles to Sayd el Zaynet, the fanatics. End of Letter 62. Read by Sibella Denton. All LibriVox files are in the public domain. For more information, please visit LibriVox.org.